This question is going to go over questions 1 through 4 on the Unit 7 review for Algebra Geometry B. So let's take a closer look at question 1 here. Just take a look at these inequalities that we're going to be matching to the graph. Notice that the slope on both of these is 4/3, meaning that these lines have the same slope and are parallel. So that's my first indicator when I'm looking at this. One of them has a y-intercept of 1 and one of them has a y-intercept of 3. So I know it either has to be A or C just because they are parallel lines. So I look at A and I notice that it has a y-intercept of 1 and it goes up 4/3, which is exactly what I want. It goes up, here's that other point after we go up 1/4, or up 4/3, sorry. And then this one has a y-intercept of 3, and there's also a 4/3 slope if you look at 2 points on that line. On C, there's a y-intercept of -1 and a y-intercept of 2, so it can't be C. So then I'm pretty sure it's A, but I just want to make sure that my shading matches up. So it has to be greater than this line that I'm marking in red right now, so that would be shaded above. And then it has to be greater than this other line shaded above. And so these two are overlapping right here in this shaded region. And so yes, my correct answer would be A. So I'm going to go through a very similar process for number 2. I'm looking for two lines, one that has a y-intercept of -3 and one that has a y-intercept of 2. And so that automatically tells me it's going to have to be C. So unfortunately that wasn't too hard. Unfortunately, I would like it to be a little bit tougher on you, but so let's just make sure it matches up. So we have a y-intercept of 2, and it's going up 1/2, so that's good. That's the line that we want. Has a y-intercept of -3 and a slope of -2, which is what we want. And then both symbols are less than. And so if this was shaded below, it looked like this. And if this one was shaded below, it would look like this. So it is, in fact, overlapping in that region that we want it to. So C it is. On question 3 and 4, before we match graphs, we really need to know what the equation is. And so I'm going to do 2 really quick here. I'm going to subtract x, divide by -2. When I do that, that flips my symbol, gives me a positive 1/2 x and a positive 1. I'm going to solve this other one really quick. Subtract 3x gives me -2 less than -3x plus 2. Divide by -2. So y is greater than positive 3/2 x minus 1. So I'm looking for a line that has a y-intercept of 1 and a y-intercept of -1 on the other line. So that eliminates A because its y-intercepts are not correct. I'm looking at B, and this has a y-intercept of -1. And so if it's y-intercept of -1, I need to go up 3/2, which it does. The other one is positive 1 y-intercept up 1/2, which it does. And so my lines are correct. Let's see if my shading is. I need to be, since both of my symbols are greater than, they both would have to be dashed lines. So B is out. Let's take a look at C. I'm looking for 2 lines with y-intercept of 1 and -1, so C is out. So that leaves D as an option. D is going to have to be it. Let's make sure that my symbols match up. Have a y-intercept of -1. It's going up 3/2. Y-intercept of 1, going up 1/2, and it's greater than on both, so both are dashed. If I shaded above this one, it would be here. If I shaded above this one, it would be here. So they are overlapping in that correct region. All right, so I'm going to have to solve for y first on number 4. Subtract x. Divide by 3. Y is greater than or equal to -1/3 x minus 2. Go ahead and solve that other one. Subtract 2x. y is greater than or equal to negative 2x plus 3. So I'm looking for two solid lines since they both have equal to's. So all of them are still in based on that. One has a y-intercept of negative 2, one has a y-intercept of 3, which eliminates option C and option D. So it's going to have to either be A or B. So these are the same lines. I just need to look at where it's shaded. Both are greater than. So if this is greater than, shade above, shade above. So these would actually overlap right here. So the A is out, shade above, and so they are overlapping in the correct region. So that means that B is my answer. So you should have gotten A, C, D, B.